We are going live.
How we are live?
I think so. Hold on. It hasn't given me the confirmation. Maybe I clicked the live button since I had it queued up a few minutes ago. Maybe it timed out. Did you hit the live button on your side?
I did.
Okay.
And I'm just going to see.
Yep, you can see it.
I can't see it yet.
So just give it a second. It did want me to now, even though I had it all queued beforehand, now I have to go do it again. It took too long, or we took too long. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, almost there.
Oh, we are live,
Okay.
but it's not live on my screen.
Okay. Well, I just hit the live button. I think we're going live into the Facebook group. Hello, FFJ.
Hello.
And we've got Alex Quinn here and Red Roberts. And we're doing the technology, so it seems what we're doing is to go live in both of our Facebook groups at the same time. So we're figuring that fun stuff out. Okay.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay, so we're also checking on our phones to make sure everything looks good, and then that way we can see your comments. So if you're with us live, put a hashtag live, and if you're watching this on the replay, put hashtag replay, and then we can come back and say hi to you all. And we're going to do our very best to multitask and be able to see some comments while we're live too.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah.
See. Oh, perfect. Okay, I see you on the screen.
That's awesome. I wasn't having I couldn't get it to go live in my group, but we can post recording in my group after this. If you wanted to pause the record and re-record again, that would be awesome. So then we don't have to edit the very beginning part of this. But anyway, so FFJ family, so grateful that we are back again. So grateful that you are tuning in. We see lots of comments come in last time when we come live talking about the goals, and I really love the engagements, and just give us more love, comment more if you want more of Bob Proctor's hot tips. And so so I just wanted to review kind of a little bit revision what we did last week and what we wanted to do this week, and how that tied in to what we talking about this week about the self-image. So last week we talked about, it was the end of our first quarter, and in January that we set a goal, and so we just want to check in to see how are you going with your goal. So you may have achieved part of the goals, still some part of you still working on, or you actually achieve all your goals for your quarter one. And so now, so it's time to review, like, well, okay, so we finished the quarter one, and how about the quarter two? And so we start to asking the questions and about our goal for quarter two, right? And so I hope you guys done the homework to review and revisit your goal for quarter one and quarter two. What's the next quarter's goal that you want to achieve and you want to do? And then the next step is to align your self-image to the goal that you wanted to achieve. So when you become the person who is the right match to your goal, then the goal will come to you a lot faster, a lot closer, and you don't have to keep chasing your goal. So we are shifting the energy from chasing the goal. Oh my gosh, I need to achieve this, I need to do this. And then shift that to, you already achieved your goal, and being the person who is the right match to your goal. And that become, the law of attraction will kick in, the law of vibration is always there. And so then you become attracting the light energy that you're broadcasting subconsciously. And things start to move and change in your world. And you might run into someone that's just the right person you need to meet at the time. And you might talk to someone who just like need exactly what you have to offer. And everything just starts to come into place with ease and the flow. So that's what you want, right? So that's everyone want. Yeah.
So just checking in with people's goals, have fun, put it in the comments, whether it's, a scary goal that you're declaring and putting out there, or celebrating that you got a goal. So part of that is to really feel in. And as we put out those intentions, like Alex was just sharing, when we put that out, that's what we're attracting and putting out there. And it's, finding that energy of it's done and letting it unfold instead of that rushing, hoping, oh, it's not going to work. I wish it would work. There's a whole lot into that science of goals that we covered last time.
Yeah. So then the key part of that is really start to develop who you need to be, the quality that you need to be. Here, I just want to share a story, just being completely vulnerable and share my story, my experience last week, something that I was not even aware of. Well, actually, I developed my awareness in that area. So what happened was last Monday, I had a phone call with someone who in the non-for-profit kind of like charity that I support. And I'm also part of the committee members. And so I was organizing a fundraise event because I was the fundraise event coordinator. And then that person called me while we were trying to plan the Mother's Day events to raise the fund for the school. And all of a sudden we would discuss this, and all of a sudden the person wasn't happy with me not checking the email, because I got 2 different email accounts and different accounts, and there's so many emails. I don't even I probably need some Ren's help to manage my emails, right? And so I said, I already have 2 email accounts. I was making it very clear that I'm not going to monitor the other email accounts, because I just add on a full-time job to myself. And I make it clear, and I delegate another person to in charge of that email. And all of a sudden she was upset that I didn't check that email or the email correspondence in regards to that event. And then she started to tell me, well, Alex, it looks like you are not very enthused and you're not passionate about running this event, or you're not passionate about being the event coordinator. How would you feel if someone say that to you? Wow. Right? Immediately you will go, oh, right, heartbroken, because I put my heart and soul, and I have a very busy schedule, but I carve out my time and to do that. And all of a sudden what I heard was not that first thing I felt was not being appreciated. Oh my gosh, and so I felt hurt. Now, but then I kind of I caught myself, and I politely finished the conversation. Not everybody that we deal with are skillful in expressing themselves. And I went for a walk, and I start to really dive into the self-image, who I wanted to be. It's so part of that is really, being able to handle this situation, being able to, to come out of it and let go of it. But I realized that, I went for a walk, and I come back and I was like, all right, okay, I did a reflection. Maybe maybe she's right. She's frustrated. She's not happy, and maybe there's a reason that she felt that. And I just like, all right, okay, so there may be better way for me to utilize my time rather than using my time to something is not in my genius zone. So my genius zone is actually helping people with the same amount of time. I can help people to multiply their income. And that's my genius zone, is in the quantum leap, bringing the quantum leaps into people's physical results. And so that probably a universe telling me the message that is not the best. I know I would want to help people, but that probably not the best way for me to help people. So that is start to like that, the self-image, when I start to see it that way, it's really start to help me to see, okay, so that's what you can let go of. And so I went back and said, okay, I resigned as a, event coordinator in this particular role, but I'm still around. I'm more than happy to contribute and help in different way. Now, so that without me comparing that myself and my physical reaction to the self-image that I wanted to create, and I probably would start to get into the downhill emotion. I was like, oh my gosh, how could she say that? Da 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 da. And you start to attract more of the one that you're not being appreciated, you're being the negative people. You said the chain of the thought will be completely different. But even though I make that decision, I let go on the day. It took me 4 days to completely let go. It keep come back. And that is kind of human nature, that when it hurts, there's a wound, you will keep going back and to lick the wound, and you're trying to make the pain go away. So that my thought just took me back to that moment and said, oh, poor Alex. I said, no, I need to be very disciplined. I said, no, I'm not entertaining that thought. I need to, it's time to let go. And so celebrate myself that I have more time to help more people, to stay in my genius zone, to create bigger impact than checking the emails. And so I was just but it took me 4 days. So I'm showing you guys that those thoughts, it keep coming back, because it's a human nature. You will keep going back to the thing, the moment that hurt you, and trying to make it feel better. So I think that self-image is so important. So that really saved me that moment and increased my awareness that, oh my gosh, this is what is happening. And you start to change your perception, and you start to change the whole story. And you change the story, but then you gotta be disciplined in your thoughts. And it took me 4 days to completely let go and feel comfortable to talk about it. So imagine if we're not aware of that. How many of us keep going? Sorry. Right.
Oh, it would be somebody would be stewing on it for maybe 4 months, And one of the things we were going to talk about today, which is that imposter syndrome, I saw that throughout this story, and was like, if you hadn't done this work around the self-image and holding yourself and saying, my zone of genius is over here. And as much as I would like to help and support, with the fundraiser, maybe that's not my forte. And when someone's pointing that out, like, it's so easy for you to just deflate, or so many people, just, oh, I'm terrible, I'm worthless, I'm useless, and just so deflated. And you just were able to flip that around. So that's where I see that as a shining example of where we stand in our greatness and we know what we stand for.
Absolutely. So that is because that's why the self-image work is so important. So you gotta really know your value and know where your genius zone is, and be able to change your perception to see there's good in every situation. I know some of you may be in a very difficult situation. Maybe there's someone say something or the feeling of being rejected, the fear, the lots of fear around being rejected. Putting yourself out there is quite a scary thing. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of outshining, right? So those are the part of the human journey. Those fear will not go away. But what you can do though is to change your perception of it and to start to look at what is going on here. How can I change my, there's a good in every situation. And what is the good in this situation? Like I said, like not everybody around us are skillful in communication. People will not remember what you said, but they always remember how you make them feel.
Boom, mic drop.
So it's like you're not aware of this conversation, and someone might have said something, but they're not aware of the impact on you. But you are not letting some other people's comments or their reaction or their whatever they said to impact how you see yourself. You are valuable. You are putting yourself out there and solving a problem that people have. So you are worthy to charge the amount that you wanted to charge. And so then it's a lot of work around how do you see yourself. And here's the truth. On this planet, no one can try harder to outperform the self-image they hold within them. You cannot try to read another book. You cannot try to watch another YouTube video. You can't even try to have another PhD degree to change the self-image within you. But there's a process through repetition and through a process and intentional conscious living to embed and rewire that part of your subconscious mind, how you see yourself. So yeah, so tomorrow we have the You Were Born Rich Mastermind, and we're going to go dive deep into the You Were Born Rich chapter 3, the image maker. And that will go even deeper into how do you change your self-image. It's a skill that you can learn, but until you learn it, no one can change your self-image. Only you can change your self-image. But you got to learn how to change that. And so you start to show up differently in front of your client. When you show up live, streaming, you show up differently. And when you show up in a conversation, in a difficult conversation, you can show up differently. So I would love to invite all of you to join that You Were Born Rich Mastermind tomorrow. At Australian time is 12 o'clock, so half an hour from now.
Yes. And Pacific time is 7, and I'll be there as well. And I've been taking this one. And the neat thing is it's totally free. So you all are welcome to do it. It's via Zoom. And so Alex will put the registration in there. And if you're liking what we're talking about, self-image, that's what we're studying. So actually the neat thing, it's kind of like a supercharged book club because we're looking at Bob Proctor's book. And Alex is so nice last week to share the book with us. So we'll put the link in the chat too. So you can catch up, read the book, and we're just looking at it chapter by chapter, concept by concept, and really looking and digesting. And for me, one of the favorite things that I really took away about this self-image and this image maker, it's what we're co-creating. And for those of you that, believe in the universe and a higher power, it's like, yes, that's creation. And it's what are we doing with that creation? And the example in the book that I loved was about the farmer And so the farmer is off there and he's in plowing his fields, and a minister comes by and sees this amazing, beautiful farm. And when the farmer walks over, the minister compliments, "Wow, what an amazing farm that God has given you." And the farmer goes, "Yeah, and you should have seen the shape it was in when he gave it to me." So it's looking at that creativity that we have and that spark and that image. What do you see, and how do you see your life and what you're creating? And we touched a little bit on repetition. So affirmations are a great place to start, though it's as we dive really deep down and you understand about the image making, then that's when you're like, I have these tools, and now you can really sculpt what it is that you want in your life. And that's where we talked about procrastination, going out of the way. It's You're so on fire with things. There's not these things holding you back, or oh, I don't want to do this, and it gets sloughed around. It's like when you're on track with things and what's aligned and what you're supposed to be doing, like there's a reason why Alex was not checking those emails. And it's like, where was her zone of genius? Woo, it's over here. And so looking at, she wasn't even necessarily procrastinating those emails. They were just where she needed to, or not where she needed to be, because she was doing what she was supposed to be doing. And okay, there was some messiness to it getting to the end result, though the bottom line is now there's a great event and Alex doesn't have to have it all on her shoulders.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And I love the story that you share. The moral of the story is that we've been given a plot to plant. Our subconscious mind is fertile land. Whatever you plant it grows. So we got to consciously aware of what you're planting, including how you see yourself, what you're planting in your plot of land.
I love that. What are you plotting? Plotting and planting, right? So very cool. Well, that's our bit on the self-image and what we wanted to touch on. And then Alex had a fun idea, and she's like, "Friend, can you share some of your tidbits with tech things?" So I just in the self-image, it's also looking at yes, these are your goals and all this, though also like close your eyes and what do you want your working experience to look like? When you go into your email inbox, do you want there to be one email or 1,000 emails or 100? A lot of people these days say they have hundreds or thousands of emails in the inbox and they're kind of used to it. Though if you really tune down, what do you want your experience to look like, feel like, have those systems and things like that? So it's like all those different parts. And that's where I'm like, getting more clear on how I like to experience my business and my results, or what do I like to do when I first wake up in the morning, or these little habits. And so that's where you really get to create your day and your experience, as best you can from start to finish. Or I love to take gratitude moments and nature moments, and putting those in my day is what really, recharges and inspires me. And so that's whatever it is in your life, when you cultivate that, that also, recharges your superpowers.
I love that. I love that. So you kind of how your business is going to look like. And yeah, so how does it look like and which part? And I just have, when you're sharing about that, and I'm just also learning about this as well. And I just imagined my business like an aeroplane. So the leadership is in the cockpit. So where the plane is going, right? And then you have marketing and the sales is your left and right engine to take off your plane, right? And then is supporting that. What is it selling is your win is your product and services. So that's your marketing and sales are supporting the wings. And so when you have the marketing and sales engine turned on, woo, right? And so the operation side is the body of the aeroplane, right? So if you have too much overhead, the plane is going to shake. It's big fat plane, right? And it's got, oh,
You'll get hit by those overhead bins.
So you want to have a lean overhead. So you got to have a lean over, like, less overhead, but every single overhead produce something and put the people at the right place so you can fly high and steady and fast. And then you also have a fuel. Fuel is what? Is your cash flow. You need to have the cash flow, keep fueling this aeroplane so it can fly. Without the fuel, without the cash, the plane is going to crash.
Yep. And we all know planes go a lot slower on the ground than they do in the air.
So your marketing and sales engine need to turn on. The faster you take off to stay in the air, and then you have keep fueling, creating the cash flow to fuel your plane. Then you will go fast and steady and long.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And as I'm seeing this, I'm like, and think about it, is not a lot of people, there's one person solely on the airplane. It's a team of people running the airplane. And so that's where, finding all those people in the parts, it doesn't have to cost a lot. There's so many free technologies out there and free assistants. I did a class on AI you can check out. That's a free assistant. And so you can start to use these tools and have these things in your business that really streamlines things. And then I love this airplane analogy. I think this is going to be used a lot now, Alex. Though, having all of that stuff, it feels a lot better. Your airplane, when you're getting one, you can tell an airplane that's well taken care of versus like, oh my gosh, wait, is the pilot wearing a parachute? I've gotten on an airplane before like that, and I was a little like, if the pilot needs a parachute on his back, what does that say about the condition of the plane?
I love that. So you see, having a business can be so much fun. And so you need to be able to engine your aeroplane correctly so that it doesn't fall apart when you are in the air. So I love that. So I'm happy to talk more about the engines and parts of that, because we need to put an image to your business. How does your business look like? And how you want the team, how you want it to each part collaborate, and how can you utilize the free tools that Ren mentioned to be able to construct your business in an orderly way, because the universe loves others.
Yes, it does. And that's what allows you to fly really far. It's, the laws of the universe, the laws of our self-image, the laws of, attraction, or we were talking about the law of vibration, or, when we put things out there, how we attract things. These are all laws. Airplanes are laws. Business are laws. So as you start to know more, then you use them as a tool. And that's where, most things fall when gravity comes to play. However, an airplane can overcome the gravity and go very fast, very far. And the gravity is actually what allows it to soar, because it can use that as a tool.
Beautiful said, beautifully said. That's exactly. I love how you put them together. So with that, I think, so put in the comments what you think about today, and say hello, where you tuning in from, which part of the aeroplane that you are planning to work on in Q2.
There you go. I like that idea. We're building the airplane. And so even looking, it doesn't take, an overnight thing to build an airplane, though I love this image, and you can see your business as a plane. And by the end of the year, where will you have built, smoothly operating, and set sail for wherever your destination is?
I love that. That's exactly. So I'm going to put the links in the comments about tomorrow's You Will Born Rich Mastermind. The first session is free, so you're more than welcome to come in. I'm going to drop a Zoom link there. And I'm going to drop the ebook as well so that you can download, have a read of chapter 3, the image maker. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
I'll be there too. I just love this class and diving in. And also, don't feel a panic if you have never read the book or anything. Just still come if you're feeling compelled to come. You'll learn a whole lot of goodies, and then you can sit down and read the book afterwards or listen to it on audio. So there's lots of different options for free. So if it's something you're compelled to, no excuses.
Absolutely. So yes, and tune in, and I look forward to seeing you, and engage with us. Tell us which part of your airplane that you're working on Q2 of 2023.
Oh, actually, hold on. Since we are here, why don't we look and see if we got any more comments on our thing?
Oh, yes.
Oh, Angie's with us. Hi, Angie. So,
Hello.
that's so interesting. Angie was saying how her family was working for Boeing in Washington, and that's like literally my hometown where I grew up is in that area where Boeing is. So, what a small world.
That's so nice. That's so nice.
Sure
Lovely.
takes a lot of people to be able to invent all of that. So there we go. And we're all going to be soaring. So I look forward to more comments. So connect with us live on replays. We'll also see you here next week. We'll be in Alex's group live, though FFJ, you can pop over there and we'll figure out the replays. Though either way, we're live here on Thursday. So we'll be back in this group again too before it's too long.
All righty. Have a wonderful week. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. If not, see you next week.
Yay. Bye.